what's going on? This is Man Cave Media, and another long day in the Man Cave studio has brought out a pretty good result to a truck that I was not very fond of. I mean, I know everybody's loving them, they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff to them, but I'm still on the fence with the truck. But in my own defense, is because it just doesn't really have the power. Well, it's got the power, but it doesn't have the torque to do what I wanted it to do. So I kind of initially passed it off as, oh, it's garbage, it's a piece of crap. You notice that over there, you all know what that is too. Those are the body panels to the Safari Wraith. Well, the Safari Wraith is no more. No, I didn't blow it up again like the other one, which, that reminds me, I still have to do a video on how I blew the other one up, which I will do. I promise you, I will do it. I want to show you the newest project. This one here, before I even show it to you, there's a YouTube channel. Well, there's actually a few of them that have. See, I'm from Tennessee, and about an hour and a half south from here, in a little town called Summertown, we have a thing called Wheelin' in the Country, where you can take your side-by-sides, your four-wheelers, your trucks, even off-road buggies, everything, rock crawlers, some insane-ass vehicles down there. And there's one guy who takes the freaking cake when it comes to, like, the ultimate, like, badass. The dude has balls of, like, titanium steel or something. His name is Tim Cameron. If you already know who he is, probably by now, just by me mentioning the name. But he's from Franklin, Tennessee. He owns a couple car washes, and he builds, hands down, the most badass, in-your-face rigs out there. And he is freaking just an absolute showstopper. Some of his buggies have been Showtime, Fat Girl, I believe he had Etna. He had quite a few of them. Trying to remember the other one. It was Moon something. But if you haven't seen any of Tim Cameron's videos, you need to check out Mad Ram 11, or just type in Tim Cameron, and you're going to be fucking impressed with what he does. I mean, I've got mad respect for the dude. So, with that being said, I've gone ahead and I've repainted, stripped down my Wraith completely. Now, for those of you who aren't into RC and you don't know about RC, this is a 1/10 scale, electric powered Axial Wraith. It's basically a rock racer. What I've done is tore it all apart, painted the frame a burnt copper, taken one of the seats out, and as you can see, it's got your twin sticks on the transfer case. It's got your forward and reverse. What I've done is I've gone ahead, stripped it down, put some badass wheels and badass tires. These are Baja Claw TTCs from Mickey Thompson, and they got some nice black chrome bead locks on them. Now, the front ends on the rear and front differentials on these, and the axles look like Rockwells, so it's a perfect match. I've got some insanely oversized shocks that I've had. I mean, this thing, when it turns, it's got plenty of steering to it. And I've decided to make this one a tribute to Tim Cameron. This one is going to be called Copperhead. Now, of course, there's plenty of things that have to still be done to this. I basically just put everything back together on it. I've still got to wire everything up, power everything, and I've got a few little tricks that are going to be up my sleeve when I do this one. You guys are going to be surprised at what an RC vehicle... I mean, this one is pretty large for an RC, but I've stripped a lot of the weight out of it to get it as light as possible. It's a center-mounted transmission, basically, and just like the real deal, you've got 4-link suspension on it. You've got heavy-duty driveline. The transmission on this, I would compare it in real life to like an Atlas 3 transfer case and a Power Glide transmission. And if you threw a brushless system into this, which brushless for the non-RC people is basically the equivalent of having a Motown 454 small block with maybe a 200 shot of nitrous on it. Brushless is extremely fast, so I'm most likely going to end up going that route with probably a Mamba Max or something. I want something with insane torque and insane wheel speed that's just going to be freaking ridiculous. Now these tires, I've cut them, so it's kind of like cut TSL boggers, but these are Baja Claws. But this is just the start of the Tim Cameron tribute buggy. So, with that being said, I'm going to do a little bit more to it tonight, button some things up, do some research, get some other parts for it, and this is not the last that you will be seeing of this particular truck. So once again, huge props to Tim for having the freaking nuts the size of the Rocky Mountains for doing what he does, and for just being a stand-up guy. I've been out to wheeling the country several times. I've seen him in action. He is absolutely out of his goddamn mind, and I love it. So, there you go, dudes. Women, guys, gals. The new project on the bench, seeing how I'm waiting for other stuff. Hope you enjoyed. This is Man Cave Media, and we are done.